This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by Gamefly. Coming up on Destructoid, we are halfway through 2012 and we are bringing you the best games so far of 2012, plus what we're looking forward to. All that and more right now on Destructoid.
Welcome to Destructoid. I'm Tara Long.
And I'm Max Scoville, and it's Friday.
No, it's not Friday. Don't lie to them, Max.
They think it's Friday right now because normally we're here on Friday and we're live, but right now we're not actually live, guys.
No, because we're
ghosts.
not actually alive.
We are coming to you live as ghosts from the past.
Yes, that's right. We are down in Anaheim right now at VidCon, which is kind of like the annual online video convention where people like us get to pretend that we're super famous for a day. So instead of bringing you guys news, we thought today might be a good time to reflect on some things. Lots happened this year, Max. We're almost halfway to, I guess, the end of 2012. We've already seen a ton of great games this year, way more to come in the second half. We're going to talk about that during the second half of our show, but for now, I thought we'd talk a little bit about what our favorites of this year has been.
The best games of 2012
what have you
so
enjoyed?
far. There's a lot that's come out. There's some big games have come out.
Yeah,
I was looking through the list of 2012 releases, and there were a few on there that jumped out at me. Journey and Fez were two of my favorites, which are both I kind of liked because they were like little simple, not super overblown marketing machines.
Safe answers.
Mass Effect 3, I really enjoyed it when I was playing it. And then the whole like ending thing happened and everyone got really angry about it and called each other a lot of names and argued a lot. And it's like, that kind of tainted the whole experience for me,
really?
you know?
If you let that damper your enjoyment of the game, you're doing it wrong, man. I really liked Mass Effect 3. Like, granted, there was a ton of controversy surrounding it, but it's definitely, I think, the most memorable game that I've played this year.
That game shouldn't even be qualified because that was supposed to come out last year.
That's technically true, but hey, half of games get delayed to the next year.
The Darkness 2, I really like that.
That was a great one. That came out pretty early this year. I almost forgot about it when I was compiling this list this morning. I think that's one of those kind of shooters that has a really unique spin on it, and definitely the game that's most like that I enjoyed this year. And then of course Max Payne 3, third-person shooter, amazing. I enjoyed that so much. On the more artsy-fartsy side of things, Fez and Journey were a couple of my favorites also.
Which did you like better?
Oh God, don't ask me that. I can't answer that. I'm sorry. I love them both so very equally.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of great downloadable games this year. Speaking of that, Trials Evolution, I've gotten so much playtime out of. Really fun. Diablo 3, I guess that's technically a downloadable game, but that's provided a ton of gameplay for me. So, and then of course on the 3DS side of things, Kid Icarus, because that's my favorite 3DS game. It's awesome.
I was surprised to see you like playing that on the plane down to E3.
It's a long game.
Yeah.
It's like they didn't want people to tell how many chapters were in it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. There's 25. And each chapter is like maybe 45 minutes to an hour long, so like there's quite a bit of depth to it.
It's a lot of game
and just humor and funness. It's terrific. I can't say enough good things about it.
My buddy Mike Drucker actually worked on that. He wrote some of the jokes in there. I've been meaning to check it out, but I don't have a 3DS. I have a PlayStation Vita.
Well, your girlfriend has one.
Has some games on it. I don't know.
Confiscate hers. She's got the Zelda one, right?
Yeah, my girlfriend does have the Zelda 3DS. But yeah, games that have come out in 2012. I think that my favorite so far might have been Fez.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
Which is funny because you're not like a huge puzzle person.
Yeah, I am. I love puzzles. I'm super smart, dude. I'm really smart.
You're lying to me. I can tell you're lying to me right now.
No, I definitely had more of a sense of like depth to it than Journey did. Like I love Journey, and like I was crying like a baby when I was playing that because you know.
I think both of them bring very unique things to the table. What Journey did with like multiplayer astounds me. I think that's like the coolest thing on earth.
There's this weird shift between like people who want like 70 hours of a game. They want their money's worth like solidly. I got stuck reviewing Dragon's Dogma and Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, which basically make me hate fantasy at this point. I thought Amalur was whatever, and I thought that Dragon's Dogma, I like had a lot of high expectations for it, but it was like there was just some weird janky business there. But yeah, I mean, I want something that's simple and like just is like right there in front of me, and I don't have to grind to get into it. So
there's nothing to be ashamed about that. Yeah. I would say my favorite long game that I played this year was probably Mass Effect 3. Journey and Fez, it's really a toss-up. I love
really
them both.
good games.
They're in a completely different category to me. And of course, Kid Icarus is my favorite handheld. So we asked you guys what your favorite games of the year have been so far on Twitter. Mass Effect 3 seemed to be the fan favorite, of course. Although Lollipop Chainsaw and Dragon's Dogma both
Dragon's Dogma.
They both trailed pretty closely behind. And then, of course, Journey. Who can deny that? And even SSX and Binary Domain.
Dude, I want to play Binary Domain. I didn't get to play that, but I hate robots, so I want to shoot them.
You want to shoot them? And our producer says Tiger Woods, which is just totally not
true. He whispers the worst
made
things in our ears.
You guys can let us know in the comments below what your favorite games of 2012 are so far, and what you're looking forward to in the second half of the year, which we're going to talk about in just a minute. But first, we need to thank our sponsor, Gamefly, because without them, we'd have to get up and go to the store and buy video games. And this is 2012 for crying out loud, people. That kind of stuff should not be happening anymore, okay? Gamefly's got over 8,000 games to choose from, new and classic, across all consoles and handhelds, and their plans start at just $15.95 a month. That is less than a third of the price of one new game at retail cost. But with Gamefly, you can rent up to 4 games at a time and keep them for as long as you like, with free shipping, no due dates, and no looming fear of late fees. Once you're done playing a game, just send it back and Gamefly will send you the next available game on your list. Or if you really like the game you're playing and you want to own it, just click Keep It on the Gamefly website and the game is yours at a discounted price. Gamefly will even mail you the case and manuals free of charge. And PC gamers, we have not forgotten about you guys either. Gamefly's also got an unlimited PC play plan. Ooh, that's a hard one. PC play plan that lets you download and play hundreds of PC games for free. It is a ridiculously good deal. And for a limited time, Destructoid fans can get their own 15-day free trial by heading over to gamefly.com/Destructoid and signing up. And we're back. So let's be real, guys. The first half of the year is cool and all, but everyone knows that fall is where it's really
That's where they put the games.
Yeah, July is always kind of like...
It's funny that we talk about Mass Effect 3 being a big game of the year, because that was actually supposed to come out,
They
last
always
year.
are, and then they always get pushed. That's why all the good games at the beginning of the year were actually intended to come out during the fall. Because July is kind of that in-between period where it's like a barren wasteland of like video game nothingness, and then things start to heat up a little bit in August, and then by November, which is like broke as hell, and then December rolls around, and your family's like, "Where are our Christmas presents?" And you're like, "What? I had to buy 3 copies of Lollipop Chainsaw because I wore them all out." And then they disown you, and then you have to go live with your Uncle Gary for a while, and it's not good. So on that note, what are you looking forward to in the second half of 2012?
Well, now that you mention it, Far Cry 3 was something I was really looking forward to. I played that at E3, that was like my game of the show. That was supposed to come out in September, and it got pushed back to Jay-Z's birthday of December 4th, which is great, except for the fact that after November, I'm going to be so tired of video games that I'm going to want to curl up into a little ball and take naps. And I imagine that might affect its sales a little bit if they don't, release it in time for Black Friday.
On the other hand, not many games come out in December, so they've kind of got that audience there. If somebody doesn't waste all their money on Black Friday, they'll have some money left over.
Anyway, there's also Sleeping Dogs. Anybody whining about no new GTA 5 news should probably just shut up and pay attention to Sleeping Dogs because it looks really cool. That comes out in like August.
August.
Yeah. That's cool. Low key.
That and Darksiders 2 are really the big games in August this year, I think.
I'm looking forward to some Vita games. Really hoping they come out with them. I think that'll be nice. Assassin's Creed Liberation. Oh. That looks cool.
That was an easy one.
Yeah.
Fine.
What about you?
Assassin's Creed actually is one of the games. Funny, I was not really anticipating this at all. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the Assassin's Creed series, but after seeing what we saw at E3, it changed my mind a little bit. I'm looking forward to that one. Not necessarily the Vita one, but the actual console version. And then, of course, Borderlands 2, which I talk about like nonstop every single day, morning, noon, and night. That's coming out September 18th. That's definitely my #1 anticipated console release. And then, of course, Dishonored, which kind of could go either way. I know it'll be good. I don't know if I'll necessarily enjoy it, but I'm really looking forward to it. And again, because I feel like I should throw a 3DS thing in there, Epic Mickey Power of Illusion.
I kind of want that game.
Coming out on November 18th.
I kind of want that game because it looks
I cannot wait for that.
They showed that shot of the Aladdin level, and I'm like, that looks like Aladdin for Sega.
Yeah, there's going to be some really awesome retro knobs in there, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Now, obviously, there's a ton of stuff we didn't mention. There's you know, Halo 4, Black Ops 2, the big games of the year that are coming out that everyone's going to go buy millions of copies of. We can't be the most excited for all of them. I'm sorry, video games. We love you all equally, except we don't. So you guys have to let us know in the comment which game you guys are excited for. What did we miss out? What did we completely forget? You always do that, and we will show the results when we're back in the studio on Monday.
Yes, but until then, you should check out all of the fine gaming programming going on over at Rev3 Games. Believe it or not, we do a lot of other things besides this show. There's a new episode of Casual Friday up as we speak on that channel. Anthony's also got an extended look at Spec Ops The Line on his show, New Challenger, also on Rev3 Games, as well as a full Dawn Guard review. So look out for those. Hopefully those should kind of be enough to get you through this weekend, but if not, tell them what they should do.
You should probably go follow us on Twitter, because it's a never-ending cavalcade of revelry. I'm Max Scoville, she's Tara Longest, and together we make up the disgusting two-headed monster known as the Decoid Show. You guys have a great weekend. We'll be back here on Monday with like a regular show that isn't just us being like, sorry guys, you got a substitute today, and then they put on Twister because that's somehow vaguely related to science.
There will be news, I promise you.
News.
Maybe not good news, but new news.
Live hot news. Bye guys.